commandments to go are found in this passage. One by Amaziah, flee in Amos 7 and 8, Salakia 7 and 12, and the other by the YAHAWAH by Shimei verse 15. But whereas YAHAWAH by Shimei commanded Amos to go to Israel, Amaziah commanded him to return to Judah. Amaziah thus has set against YAHAWAH by Shimei's command, and Amos had to choose which to obey. He chose to obey the YAHAWAH by Shimei. You can read that in verse 3 and 8, which reminds us that sometimes even the religious leaders are rebels. Salakia. Even the religious leaders are rebels against YAHAWAH by Shimei. Damn. Salakia. YAHAWAH by Shimei still considered Israel to be his people, even though they had sinned grievously. His covenant still stood firm, and the very purpose of Amos' mission was to salvage them from the judgment they had incurred, intermingled with prophecies of punishment where pleas for repentance, promises of restored blessings. Amos 5:4 through 9 and chapter 14. No, Salakia. Amos chapter 5, verse 4 through 9, and then verse 14 through 15. Now, listen. Amos talks about a lot of shit, right? Now, until they agree with this, I'm just reading out the book, right? I need to make my video. But at the same time, listen. It's already been proven that Israel's not all Israel. It's already been proven that Gentiles was not all these people. Everybody got a God but us, right? But our God is supposed to be the God. That's why it's going to be amazing when they see you get fucked up. You get what I mean? You deserve it. I mean, like, this shit got me getting salty because I'm reading this, like, he done went into some real shit and then flipped. Amos talk about, can two walk together? Amos talk about a lot of stuff. Amos is the book that talk about the day of the Lord. Like, Amos was the main prophet. So when they say minor prophet, I respect it more than people think. Message reinforced. Verse 16. Now therefore hear thou the word of YAHAWAH by Shimei. Thou sayest, prophesy not against Israel, and drop not thy word against. You see how he said drop? Now, my Bible, I'm going to get my Bible. It's 7, right? It's already right there. No, that ain't right. Yeah, 7 and 16. Drop not thy word against the office of Isaac. And do you know what drop means? That's why I got an R right there. Now go look at it. You say the house of Isaac. Therefore, thus saith YAHAWAH by Shimei, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city, and thy sons, this is all for us, and thy daughter shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided, and by line thou shalt die in a polluted land. Look at what we going through. Only people who die like we die is people that they call niggas, right? They think this shit, look at it. Man, that means nothing though. Do you know that? Thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity, forth of his land. We have no land. We the only people with no land. How y'all can't figure this shit out? It is a fearful thing. Now, this is straight out of the white man book. It's because I don't think, they might have had a part, they might work in there, but they ain't make this motherfucking thing. Niggas don't own anything. Better believe that. They think they own something. They lying at motherfuckers thinking they got more power than what they got. It is a fearful thing to oppose Yahawah Shem Yahushua message and contradict his instructions to his messenger with the charge to listen carefully to the word of Yahawah Shem Yahushua. Amos pronounced judgment on Amaziah, apostate priest. He first repeated the gist of Amaziah prohibition, saying, "Thou sayest, prophecies not against Israel, and drop not they word against the house of Isaac." Amos 7:16. I just read it. Isaac is used as a synonym for Israel. You know my name is Isaac, right? It's used as a synonym for Israel. Verse 9. I just read it. The word for drop means to drip or distill as water, rain, or dew, or like bring it on you. Ain't nobody playing. It also connotated and became a synonym for prophecy. Ezekiel 20 and 46. These are the precepts they give me. So you got to look this up. Ezekiel 20 and 46 and Ezekiel 21 and 20. Salaki 21 and 2. Here in Amos 7 and 16, it carries another contempt for prophecy that, like constant dripping, is an irritant. Micah 2 and 6. Amaziah's opposition was a affront not only to Amos, but also to Yahawah Shem Yahushua. Thus, the pronouncement of his punishment came not from a spiteful prophet, but from Yahawah Shem Yahushua's own mouth. And that's how he talked to us. That's in the scriptures. That's in the book of Luke, I think. That's in the book of Genesis. Yeah, I think in the book of Hebrews. It's multiple books. He talked through the prophet. Amaziah's opposition was a front not only to Amos Slaki. Amaziah's opposition was an affront not only to Amos but also to Yahawah Shem Yahushua. Thus, the pronouncement of his punishment came not from a spiteful prophet, but from Yahawah Shem Yahushua's mouth. Therefore, thus saith Yahawah Shem Yahushua, Amos 7 and 17, guaranteed that the predicted doom was certain. Amaziah had made his choice. Now he must face the consequences. Yahawah Shem Yahushua declared first that Amaziah's wife would sell herself into prostitution. A woman of high social status. These boys just about to go to the pain. That he is, though. That's confirmation right there. A woman of high social status would become a prostitute only out of economic necessity or by force at the hands of foreign soldiers. Second, his sons and daughters would suffer violent deaths. This will be fulfilled during the coming invasions by the Assyrians. The family life expectancy of a priest would be destroyed, and the priest would have no surviving progeny to succeed him. In addition to Amaziah, land would be measured and parceled out. At the time of the Assyrians' invasion, family inheritance will pass into the hands of foreigners who had been relocated to Israel. 2 Kings 17 and 24. And finally, Amaziah himself would die in a defiled, that is, pagan country. All Gentile nations were considered unclean, and they are, unless you're a real Gentile and an Israelite. Is that what that means? I mean, I just watched white people talk about that. So-called Edomite. All Gentile nations is pagan country. All Gentile nations were considered unclean by Israelites because of their false religion. To have that one, that's the spirit. All Gentile nations were considered unclean by Israelites because of their false religion. To have to spend the rest of his life in such a place will have nauseated the priest of Israel. I hate this place. Amos added to this prophecy of individual judgment and retaliation of the coming doom of the nation Israel. He said, shall surely go into captivity forth of this land. Amos 7:17. Ironically, the prophecy to which Amaziah has so strenuously objected, verse 11, was repeated almost verbatim, and Amaziah himself was doomed to be part of his fulfillment. Amos faithfully fulfilled the mission to which YAHAWAH had called him. He did his job. In contrast to the religious hireling, he earned his bread by pleasing a human ruler. Amaziah perished with the false system he supported. The name and the message of Amos live on. That's true. I might have misunderstood that. Because I never knew he was up under somebody like that. That's deep. Amaziah perished with the false system he supported. The name and the message of Amos live on, and is still so today. YAHAWAH by Hashem Yahushua holds those who honor him, but woe to those who devote themselves to suppressing his truth. And that was his spirit. Because at the end of the day, I might have, I like to read out this book. I came up with that thing in mind. I'm gonna read this book until it's over with. I was reading it when I went through my little situation, and I'm out here, and I said it, I'm gonna do it, and I already know the Most High want me to do it. So therefore, at the end of the day, this shit is about to get real for those that don't see it. I mean, I can say fuck them and all that, but what for? Let the Most High deal with you. At the end of the day, I'm facing East already. Let's get. I hope somebody get edified from this. Somebody, just one person, if nobody else. I'm feeling some kind of way, but I'm gonna still do what he made me do. He built me for one reason. He only know what I'm gonna do. At the end of the day, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, by Hashem, YAHAWAH, by Hashem, Barakah, Quadash, Barakatha. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone. Peace and blessings to the Akim that really know what this shit is. Like, it ain't shit. It's just, like, this. It's real. I ain't mean to call it shit. What I'm saying is, life is shit. The spiritual thing is something totally different. I'm looking at heaven, and I understand heaven gonna come down here because we already thinking it. At the end of the day, peace and blessings to those that's really part of the elect. I pray for y'all all day for the confusion of faces, because people don't even understand that part. And at the end of the day, Shalom, a ball.